Speaking of things that were like off the hook, Blake Wheeler is off the hook as captain of the Winnipeg Jets as he was stripped of his C by their new coach, Rick Bowness. Rick, I don't like fun in hockey Bowness, who produced one of the most boring hockey teams in the last 5 years in the Dallas Stars, has now moved to Winnipeg, where it was once a team that had like defensive aspirations. This was a team that had some of the probably the best defense core in the NHL and an elite goaltender with decent forwards. That has changed slowly over time. 2 years ago, the question mark on the Winnipeg Jets was they need to bolster their defense. They improved it, and the team took a step back. There was stories about arguments within the locker room, stories about other issues occurring, whether players were happy or not, if they were going to leave, guys asking for requests out. And the Jets have found themselves in strange territory heading into this season. Are they the team that they were a couple of years ago, 2 years ago when they got to the playoffs, or are they the team they were last year where they were scrounging around? Adam, you want to do the list of departures and arrivals, and then we'll jump to it quickly?
Yeah, we've got leaving Stastny, Svechnikov, Comrie, Sanford, and a Pilon favorite, Adam Brooks. And then we've got coming in Kevin Stenlund, David Riddick, and Kyle Capobianco.
There we go. What do we think the biggest issue is facing this team right now, son Jazzy?
Biggest issue facing the Jets, what's their identity? If someone says you're going in to play the Jets, if the Oilers are playing the Jets or the Flames, what do you expect the game to be like? If you go in to play, Boston, you know what their identity is. If you're going to play Tampa, you know what their identity is. What's Winnipeg's identity? They're kind of just like there. I mean, maybe it's just because I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the Jets, but they're just kind of there. Like, Bowness will bring an identity to that team. He's a damn good coach. Like, he helped Dallas out last year. They had no right to even be in that series with Calgary, and him and the goalie, I guess, really helped them out. But I think Bowness is a heck of a coach, and I think he's going to bring a defensive structure and identity to the Jets. Will it be exciting hockey to watch? Unfortunately, probably not for the Winnipeg Jet fans.
It'll be
but winning is
to
exciting.
See if
winning is exciting.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see if he has the players willing to play defensively, because you see a lot of the top guys like Scheifele and Wheeler and Ehlers, great offensive players, but like defensively just atrocious. And
Scheifele's numbers are terrible.
Terrible. All of them are. Was it Ehlers or Connor was really bad too. Anyways, they're guys that just want to play offense and not put in the work on defense. And I mean, yeah, Baron, they did add some guys on the back end last year, but like they weren't really game changers. I still think that defense looks pretty weak. I mean, this is a team that has always depended on two things: goaltending, right, and their special teams. When those are both strong, they end up making the playoffs. When one of them falters, then they end up falling. I do think Paul Maurice leaving is the best thing for this team. And maybe Bowness will be able to bring that defensive structure, Sanjay, that you were talking about. It'll be interesting to see if the players buy in.
Adam, is Hellebuck still the goaltender that people think he is? Is he still an elite level goaltender, or has that window crashed?
Depends how, who's playing in front of him. Really. I think I'm not going to just agree with Pilon saying, no, he's not, because
that's why I was laughing. I'm like shaking his head. I'm excited to hear this, but go ahead.
I think he could be, and he probably
It depends.
Still
it depends. If he plays good, then he's still elite. But if he plays poorly, then he's not elite anymore. Sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
There's two Adams here. I don't even know. I was kidding. I'm seeing double.
Oh my God. Are you kidding Adams. Me? Unbelievable.
I just laughed when you said depends. I was like, oh my God. You're going to sit on the fence so hard on this one, Adam.
10 years.
God, 10 years, eh?
Baron and I have done this for 10 years. 7 before. This is our 3rd with you guys.
I want my life back.
Buddy.
All right. So if Hellebuck is elite, is he good enough then to pull up the deficits that this team has in defense and in forward play? They have some elite scorers in Connor and Ehlers. and to some degree, Scheifele still. Like Scheifele's a good scorer, but is he good enough to anchor that team to that point anymore? Is that like, do we think that he can still do that?
I think
I
he
think
still
so.
can.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
so.
I don't
Yeah,
think
for
any
sure.
goalie can unless your team's scoring. Look at
Right, but
Markstrom,
like, yeah,
Vezina caliber goalie.
He'll need help with
Yeah.
the offense, and he'll need help on the special teams. Like he won't be able to do all himself, but he can still rise above the poor defense.
Who's the
Yeah.
backup there this year? That's the other question.
David
There's a,
Rittich.
The backup is
Oh, yeah.
Riddick.
it is
Rittich, yeah.
Riddick. That's right.
The problem with the Jets is their division is very tough. Like you're with
Yes.
Colorado, St. Louis, Minnesota, Dallas is in there, Nashville's in there. So I mean, it's a tough division. So just to be top 3 in that, probably not going to happen. If they make the playoffs, maybe looking at a wild card or a second wild card spot.
What I don't like is that Winnipeg has a hard time getting people. Like it has a hard time attracting agents, and I understand that. But it's too bad because it really is a team that had enough pieces to look like it was a potential Stanley Cup contender like a short time ago. And in that time, they lost Bufflin, they lost
Trouba.
Myers, they lost Trouba.
Trouba, yeah.
Yeah. They lost, well, he was before then. They
Well,
lost
That's 2 Americans you named. That's the problem, maybe.
but that's it. Their entire thing, though, their entire thing is to grab Minnesota guys who are not far away, because Minnesota is like 5 hours from Minneapolis to Winnipeg. It's like a 5-hour drive. That is their entire thing for getting guys, because it's like Minneapolis, looks like Minneapolis, right?
Well, why wouldn't they just play for the Wild then? If they,
Yeah. Same reason why players don't play everywhere, right?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know if maybe we don't have enough time to discuss this, but I think that maybe there is an issue with American players playing in smaller Canadian markets like Calgary and Winnipeg.
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You've lived it, Sanjay. You've lived it.
I've lived it twice.
Lived it. But I do wonder though, like it's tough. Like that team, like if you're a fan of that team, that's hard because it feels like you should be in rebuild once or twice already.
I felt they should have
just
rebuilt a while ago. I think that Canadian division getting the playoffs there gave them more hope than they should have had.
False hope.
Yeah.
You can see that for sure. All right, we're down to our final 2 minutes, so we're going to cap this one off. Do we think that the Winnipeg Jets are a playoff team this year? Adam?
Bubble, if anything. Fringe.
It's a good choice. Sanjay?
No, unfortunately not. I think they'll finish below in the standings. Maybe top 10 draft pick.
Ooh, worked out well for them last time. He left. And lastly, you, Pilon.
I agree with Sanjay. I don't see them making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's 4 of us. Unfortunately, they've received the death kiss from Delayed Offside, and as always, we're always right.
They're going to win the cup this year now.
Hey, I'd take it. That'd be fun.